4, 3.
Welcome back to the Box Score, coming at you live from downtown Boston. I'm your host, Faith Pinnow, and boy, do we have a show for you tonight. The NFL trade deadline is tomorrow at 4 p.m., so we've got some GMs in the building tonight. And we're also diving into the NBA to give our takes on the Eastern and Western Conference landscapes as this season gets underway. And don't worry, if you tuned in for more Mac Jones punchlines, you came to the right place. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. Episode 3 of the Box Score kicks off now. This weekend was all about Halloween and football. I saw my fair share of Barbie get-ups and Taylor Travis couple costumes, and I also saw some scary-looking football. In honor of Halloween, we're switching up Faith's 5 this week, and instead I'm going to give you my top 5 power rankings, but my top bottom power rankings. Does that make sense? It's going to be the spooky 5. So here are my 5 lowest ranking teams headed into week 9. Starting at the top of the bottom, all the way up at spot 28 are the Packers. Their constant offensive woes have put them in positions that they just can't get out of. They stall really early in games, and their defense can only do so much. Jordan Love is definitely struggling at quarterback, and it's clear that Matt LaFleur isn't really doing anything to make his life a whole lot easier. Going down to the Bears, who ultimately just looked sloppy against the Chargers yesterday. I'm sorry, Max. Costly turnovers from backup QB Tyson Bagent, and an inability to connect with DJ Moore hurt this offense, not to mention their defense is a massive setback. And moving on to the good old New York Giants, I actually don't have words for what we saw yesterday. Quite possibly some of the ugliest ball we've seen all year. They brought out their third-string quarterback, Tommy DeVito, yesterday, who only had 1 passing yard through the second half. And the Giants actually had -9 net passing yards, y'all. That's the fewest any team has had since the Browns in 2000. Next up, we've got the Panthers slowly inching their way up after securing their first win of the season yesterday. Their defense looked tighter, and Bryce Young had some clutch play. But let's see if they can keep up this streak against the Colts on Sunday. And at the bottom of the barrel, I've got the Cardinals. Arizona has attempted some bold plays with Dobbs, but the defense makes actually winning games impossible. So let's try and see if they can turn this season around once Kyler Murray is back on the field. Now, I could go on and on, but tonight I need a little extra help from some friends. Joining me now are my football experts, Max Lasky, Matt Doherty, Evan Sharrard, and Noah Berkowitz. Guys, how are we feeling tonight? Good? Good?
Great.
Enthusiastic?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, good. No, not a week goes by that we don't talk about an underperforming quarterback. And we usually focus on how they're playing on the field or how their performance matches that of other seasons in the league. And for some quarterbacks, though, we notice a trend. All too often, a rookie quarterback comes onto the scene after going in the first round, and everyone's stoked. They're going to be the new Brady. They're going to change the franchise, on and on. And almost every season, it turns out to be a colossal disappointment. So we're calling these guys victims of the system. They come in hot and they burn out fast. But you also have a camp of quarterbacks who go later in the draft and turn out to be stars. So guys, let's figure this one out together. Is our method of ranking rookie quarterbacks totally flawed? And do we keep overhyping guys who are bound to underperform? Max, over to you first. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we definitely keep overhyping players. Mac Jones being the most overhyped player to come out of the draft in recent years. And I believe Matt said it best last week, hot, smelly garbage water. Does
Hot,
that sound?
flaming pile
That's
of
about
garbage,
right,
I
Matt.
actually
That's
think
about
is
right.
the direct quote. Yeah.
Right. So I look at Mac Jones and I think of Patriots fans and I think about how arrogant they were to think that he could, arrogant
Personal.
to think that Mac Jones could waltz in to the New England Patriots and fill that void that Tom Brady left. look, there were 14 other teams that passed on Mac Jones in the draft. I think that says something. Sure, he had an unbelievable year at Alabama, 41 passing touchdowns, 4,500 passing yards, 13-0, didn't lose a game. He only ran for 1 touchdown, and it was a quarterback sneak. So he can't really do anything on the ground. And this is no longer a drop back in the pocket, play flat-footed league whatsoever. It is 2023. We are turning a new leaf, a new chapter, if you will, in the NFL. In 2023, you have to be mobile. There are guys in this league who are far better than Mac Jones, and it's because they're mobile. You got to be able to throw just as well as you can run and run just as well as you can throw. I think of a guy like Anthony Richardson. People were dumbfounded when he was picked at the 4. I wasn't. He broke unbelievable combine records. He was insane. Talking about Mac Jones just being an awful quarterback, as you can see right there, throwing a pick, which he does best. He has more picks this season than touchdowns. Moving on, though, I think when I think of a guy like Anthony Richardson, I automatically think of a guy over in Tennessee named Joe Milton. Joe Milton is having a fantastic year at Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I think Joe Milton is going to have a similar outing in the Combine. Joe Milton was the 2022 Orange Bowl MVP, stands 6'5", 245 pounds, 13 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. His college numbers aren't of a Mac Jones or even an Anthony Richardson, but this guy's an absolute stud. He's got one of the strongest arms, I'd say the strongest arm in the nation. Look at that unreal throw.
Yeah, okay.
Well, when you got guys who are open and you got a guy who can throw the ball in the pocket, not to mention he can run really well. So I think he's going to put the world on notice, and I would not be surprised if he goes in the first round, maybe even top 10.
Right, but here's the thing: are you arguing that Joe Milton is somebody who should be going in the first round and likely won't be, or that he will be going in the first round and he won't flame out?
I think as of right now, Joe Milton is not a first round draft.
Okay.
But
you think he has the potential to make waves in the league?
Absolutely.
Right.
Similar, as I mentioned, to Anthony Richardson.
Right.
Anthony Richardson was not a first-round quarterback before the Combine. And then he broke all these records.
Yeah.
And he played unbelievable ball in his first 3-4 games with the Colts, and he proved why he was a top 4.
Yeah, and he is not the only quarterback who has been able to come into the league and do that who didn't go first round. Evan, what do you think about this? Who do you have? Who's a quarterback that either stands out to you as somebody who went in the first round and absolutely disappointed, or somebody who, maybe went later and has really come out as a standout?
So I actually took this prompt and went with someone who was picked early, touted and doubted by a lot, which is Tua Tagovailoa. Now, Tua's very controversial. Well, not controversial, but he's polarizing. A lot of people like to say, he's a product of Mike McDaniel's offense. We talk about product of the system. I take that to mean that they are a perfect fit for what this coordinator or coach likes to do, meaning that, all right, he's coming into Mike McDaniel's offense, Shanahan scheme, 49ers former coordinator coming in. He's going to go with a lot of short passes, a lot of motion. Now, while I would say that Tua does do very well in that scheme particularly, I think it helps him excel as a quarterback. He has skills that I don't think you see disappear on different teams. He has some of the best accuracy in the league. Here you see him dicing up a cover 2 defense. This is going to be a lot more protection, where he's going to throw a deep corner post here, beating cover 2 again. So he's able to place these balls and beat zone coverage when he's protected very well. When he is sacked more than twice, he's 11-11. So it could be a situation where we're going to see a play fake here. And this is actually another thing that I didn't talk about, but he's really good at looking off a defender. Tyreek Hill was wide open in the end zone on that play. Instead, he threw it tougher pass to Jalen Waddle, where the defense was kind of looked off. But Tua has great accuracy, which I think allows him to beat this "is he a product of the system" argument.
Yeah.
But he is in a system that I think puts him in a fantastic situation to play, maybe better than where he would other places.
He is also a player, you said, that he touted and doubted, and he was, and he still is to this day. People say, well, he doesn't look like what a modern-day quarterback looks like. They want to say that he's like Mac Jones, that he can't run, that he can't drop far in the pocket and make moves, but he can, and he's proving that he can. And he's built different and in multiple ways, but that's why people at first, when he came into the league, wanted to, I think, doubt his abilities.
I think there were questions around Tua's ability when he doesn't have a good team around him, but he doesn't have to deal with that. And he does fit perfectly in this offense where there's a lot of motion. A team will come out in man coverage. What does Mike McDaniel's scheme do? Guy comes in across the line of scrimmage. They had a double set. Now there's 3 receivers on a line. There's going to have to be a defensive back making a call to another one. Who's covering this guy? All of a sudden, Tua is so smart. He knows the plays inside and out. All right. I know that guy's not going to be able to come across the field. That's it. I'm making the throw, and he can do that.
Yeah, he can. Evan, I'm sorry. I'm speaking to you, Evan. Noah, who do you have?
Well, I have 2 guys. So first, I think my condolences to Giants fans. It's an awful season and really headlined by an awful, awful quarterback, Daniel Jones. 2 tutties, 6 interceptions on the season. The guy's just bad. But you're paying him $160 million on top of it. That's a Hall of Fame overpay. It's a lot of dough. So I come bearing gifts. I can fix you, Giants fans. I can fix you,
can fix
Giants
them?
team.
Wow.
I can fix
Wow, that's big.
And this is how I can fix the New York Giants. Obviously, you're paying Daniel Jones $160 million. That's a lot of dough.
Any dimes.
So why not take a late-round flyer on a guy who's put up incredible numbers on a big Pac-12 program? This is where I bring in Cam Rising like a phoenix from the ashes. Obviously, redshirt senior, 24 years old, is not playing this season because of injury. But I'll tell you a little stat. Only C.J. Stroud, Stetson Bennett, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, and Hendon Hooker, all NFL quarterbacks, most of them starting, including Stetson Bennett potentially next week. All of them are the only quarterbacks that have a higher QBR than Cam Rising did in the past 2 seasons. Wow. This guy is mobile as well, like you were talking about, Max. You need to be a generational leg talent just as much as you have to have a generational arm. This guy has 46 touchdowns, 5,500 yards, only 14 picks, and has only been sacked 16 times in his entire college career. Wow. The guy is an escape artist. He absolutely deserves a late-round flyer from the Giants, and this is a team that absolutely could use it.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. Do you think that Cam Rising, should be starting over Daniel Jones immediately? Do you think, what are you proposing? You think they should trade? Is this your fix? What's your proposition?
Well, I think Cam Rising, obviously, no one is mocking him as a first-rounder. No one even knows if he's going to commit to the draft in this upcoming season. But I think the signs are obviously all pointing towards it. And if we're being completely honest, a 24-year-old redshirt senior who's coming off of a huge injury absolutely is worth a late round, a 4th, 5th, 6th round pick who can sit behind Daniel Jones, learn behind an NFL offense, and then come another Daniel Jones catastrophe, put him in. Obviously can't be worse than what we saw yesterday. I mean, that was a cluster of a game. I say give him the chance.
I agree. I think it would be smart to put him somewhere in a backup and let him see what he can do. Matt, I know you just have a lot of opinions in general. What are your thoughts on this? You've been uncharacteristically quiet.
Well, I'm an opinionated guy.
Okay. Well,
and I have something to say here. I think we're all sort of saying the same thing. And that's like quarterbacks need to go through a bit of adversity and a bit of struggle before they make it to the league in order to be successful. And I think that's kind of apparent in everyone that we've talked about. Let's take Mac Jones. You were talking about him. This guy has struggled immensely at the next level. Who has gone through less adversity than Mac Jones in college? This guy had 1 year of starting, by the way, and was sort of just inherited one of the greatest college football teams ever. Guys like Devontae Smith, who won the Heisman as a wide receiver. That was his weapon. Jalen Waddle, John Mechie, Najee Harris. They had 8 first or second rounders that year. It's one of the greatest teams of all time. No wonder Mac Jones is struggling. He never had to battle. Let's talk about some guys who did have to battle. Jalen Hurts. Oh, he's on Alabama. Yeah, he got benched in the national championship game. That's adversity. Grinds his way to Oklahoma, grinds his way to a starting position. He's balling. Guys like, how about Patrick Mahomes? By the way, recruited 398th recruit in 2014. Has to go to Texas Tech. Not a whole lot of 5 stars on the Red Raiders, okay? This guy had, correct. This guy, Cliff Kingsbury, as a head coach. We all know what an awesome head coach he is. 13-19. For Mahomes in his college career. If that's not adversity, what is? Adversity, 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 okay? These guys who are experiencing it have the thicker skin. They know what to do, okay? They're succeeding at the next level. Now, who's the counter-argument to this? It's Tua, okay? It's Tua. Unbelievable situation in college. Basically the same exact situation that Mac Jones had. And it's like, well, he's succeeding now. And to that I say, of course he is. look at the team around him. It's the same team. So it's like, in order to get these guys to succeed, you need to either mirror what they did in college, which Miami has done, which I think is an outlier, and it's brilliantly done by them. Of course, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert, guys like that are very similar to the Devontae Smiths, to Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle. Fast, you give him the same exact system, basically. He's succeeding. I believe that's an outlier. Guys need to go through adversity. That's why we're not seeing Ohio State quarterbacks do particularly well in the NFL, okay? Because they're so much better than everyone else in the Big Ten. I think that's what we're all saying. I think we're all in agreement, honestly. We're sort of saying that subtly.
Yeah, Matt, I actually have a stat for you.
Please.
Tua leads the NFL last season and this season, but last season's stat was 8.37 yards per attempt for adjusted net pass yards per attempt, which includes sacks, touchdowns, their weighted greater, interceptions, takeaway. And I think that really speaks to what they built around him. The Patriots struggled to do that.
Correct.
It's not, is that a knock on the quarterback? Maybe, maybe not, but Tua hasn't had, he actually had his adversity in the first couple of years in the league.
Right, you can make that argument.
The Dolphins weren't supposed to be competitive.
Right.
And they've slowly built around a lethal offense with the two fastest receivers in the league.
Correct.
Great motion offense. And yeah, he's basically got exactly what you said.
But do you think that Mac Jones would thrive in another system? Because I don't think he would.
Good question.
I really don't think he would. I think we've seen all we're going to see from Mac Jones. He can't run the ball. He can barely throw. What other team would he thrive?
I think Mac's accuracy are similar. His talents are similar to Tua's, but it's all pretty much like he wasn't drafted there, so we don't know. There's been too much that's happened at this point.
Yeah, and I think that is a whole other question. Bringing up the idea of adversity is really interesting, but bringing up the difference of is it the team or is it the quarterback is going to be a debate for another night. We are going to take a short break now, but when we come back, we're talking NBA to debate which conference is stronger this season, the East or the West. Stay right there.
And when I arrive at my destination, I'm gonna kill Bill.
What? Oh, okay, cutting. Sorry, can we get some of this?
Where in God's name is the gaffer's tape?
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Casey, and we're the National Broadcasting Society.
Come out to some of our weekly workshops, or work on some of our sets.
Explore the bigger picture with NBS.
We'll see you there.
All right, let's get another take. Camera, sound.
So yeah, it's like Emerson's very own late night talk show. We've got games like Jimmy Fallon, and we're hot like Jimmy Kimmel, and we've got guests. I'm gonna talk to them. You can talk too, I guess. There's a live studio audience, and they're just gonna laugh at everything we say, and it's gonna be awesome. It's just this never-ending cycle of positivity and community and late night content. I'm gonna wear a suit. You should probably wear one too. What do you think?
I think you should drink up, because it's closing time.
If you are just tuning in now, that means that you're missing some pretty fun matchups in sports to be here with us right now on the box score. So we are going to give you some live game updates All right, for Monday Night Football between the Lions and the Raiders, just got kicked off, still 0-0. You're not missing anything good. Game 3 of the World Series is currently in the top of the second with the Diamondbacks 0, Rangers 0. And in basketball, we have NBA Celtics 77, Wizards 51. We'll be back in a bit to give you some more updates, but for now, it is the East versus the West. And we're dubbing it the Beast versus Best. I'm joined by Danielle DuBois, Noah Berkowitz, Mackenzie Bruno, and Matt Doherty. Welcome, y'all, and welcome back, Noah and Matt.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. You are welcome. We are splitting you into 2 different teams tonight to defend these conferences. Noah and Danielle, you guys are back in the East. Matt and Mackenzie, you got the West. And you guys, you're dying for these conferences. I know you are. So break it down for me. And Noah and Danielle, you two first. Why is the East going to be more dominant this season, and which teams are already jumping out at you as playoff contenders? Floor is yours.
There's a lot to say here, and I think Noah can agree with me. But we really want to highlight the top 3 teams currently. Celtics, Bucks, and the Heat. All 3 stacked rosters. Stacked rosters. Come on, Noah, right?
Stacked?
Yes. Stacked rosters.
I honestly don't even think you could argue with that one.
Yeah, you can't argue with it. It's very true. You can say what you want about
stacked?
the West, but they are.
Okay.
It's very true. They're very stacked. And when you look at the Celtics, I mean, come on, we've seen so many additions in this offseason. I think they're a very well-rounded team. I mean, then the Bucks. I mean, even though they've lost out some people in the offseason, I think they're still as good as they were last season, easily.
They're better. Damian Lillard is Damian Lillard. I mean, it's Dame time in Milwaukee. The Greek Freak's still there, best player in the world, guaranteeing that they at least make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Best player in the world. No, you guys aren't raising the eyebrows at that?
Whatever, dude.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry.
I didn't know it was a hot take to say that Giannis is like the freakiest athlete of all time.
Yeah. He's just the greatest player.
That won't hurt me.
All right. Keep going.
Okay, then we look at the Heat. The Heat's roster, we have Bam, we have Tyler Hero,
Absolutely.
we have Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler.
But when you look at their teams, they're all 3 teams that are very well-rounded and that all have great playmakers who can easily put up incredible points each night. And I think those 3 teams, one of them, whoever comes out of the East, is going to win the NBA Finals just because of how their depth is incredible and how diverse each team is. I think they're just all very well-rounded, and Noah can agree with me. Whoever comes out of the East is going to be winning the NBA Finals. You can say what you want about the West, but yeah.
I mean,
and he will.
And we can go by too. Like, look at second, third options. Like the Heat, for example.
Jaime Jaquez.
Everyone looked. Tyler Hero was a big question mark heading into the season, already averaging 22, 5 and 5 almost. I mean, that's a guy who's your 3rd, 4th option some nights. I mean, I don't know if you can say that the West has more depth than the East, at least.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can say it.
Yep.
I'm going to bring up, you guys said 3 teams, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Heat. When I was going through the teams in the West, the top 10 teams arguably could be 10, not 3, 10 could be competing for the NBA championship. When you look at everyone is on the hype train of the Milwaukee Bucks, but the Denver Nuggets are just proving again.
Never heard that one before. That's crazy.
Oh, what a hot take.
Guys.
But they get left out of the conversations.
Yeah,
they get left out of these conversations every single year. Every single year. They brought back their entire starting lineup. Nikola Jokic, who arguably averaged a triple-double in the playoffs last year, already has 26.3 points per game, 13 rebounds a game, 7.7 assists per game. I mean, he is the best offensive weapon in the NBA right now. And not to mention, this isn't a conference that
also...
I mean, he's incredible.
Best offensive weapon?
Easily the best offensive weapon.
I try to stay more impartial, but
the best offensive weapon.
Offense isn't just points.
No one's just arguing that, but I think it's
when you have your center who can take over the point guard position and facilitate and get in pick and rolls with Jamal Murray, it is just it's a disaster for the other team.
I just don't think that you could argue that Nikola Jokic is the best offensive weapon in the entire NBA.
So you want me to give you another one?
You're going to tell me that.
Yeah, I do want Mackenzie to give another one.
You want me to give you another one from the Western Conference?
Yes.
Kevin Durant. This man arguably could.
Jason Tatum.
Yes, a fantastic offensive weapon.
He could lead the league in scoring every single year if he wanted to.
But he doesn't.
But
If
he's
he wanted
supported.
But he doesn't.
I want to do a lot of things.
But he's supported by
I want $1 million.
Devin Booker, and they added Bradley Beal this year.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, it sounds like a huge defensive liability everywhere on the court.
They've been right so
talking
far.
about offensive weapons.
It doesn't matter if you score 150 if you let up 180 every night. I mean,
Okay, what I'm interested in, you talk about the East being better than the West. I don't even care about the top three, which, by the way, I would still argue the West. Who's the fourth team in the East? Is it the Sixers? Because they're just a bowl of functionality over there. I mean, I don't even know what I'm getting. I don't even know what I'm getting with Philly. And yet they're fourth team. We have 4 through 8 that are all dogs. Warriors, Clippers. The Clippers look great. The Kings were the 3 seed last year.
The Clippers look great. They just lost to the Jazz.
I don't get wrestle with it. We're all right. The Jazz are in it. By the way, what if Zion's healthy? Okay, Zion's healthy. The Pelicans.
And Zion won't be on the Pelicans come the trade deadline.
That's absurd.
That's absurd.
that.
He's been rumored to be traded ever since he was drafted.
It's been the talk.
Pelicans get overhyped every
The Warriors.
year.
We want to talk about the Warriors. The Warriors are still doing their thing.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Chris Paul off the bench.
He wants to know our fourth team, but then doesn't even let us speak about it.
Please, the floor is yours.
We need to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers and Donovan
agree.
Mitchell.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
Yes.
And
1 and 2, by the way. But keep going.
Okay, so what? 3 games. Wow, that's really impressive. It's a long NBA season.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously kept the core group together, had guys like around Donovan Mitchell, like Jared Allen, elite rim protector, brought in Max Strus, who against the Nets in these opening night highlights, as you're seeing, dropped 27 points, 7 of them were 3-pointers, 12 rebounds. I mean, I wish I put him in my parlay. I would have been a rich man. I didn't, though, because no one thought that Max Strus was going to be the weapon that he is so far this season. And guess what? He has been. That's a great team. Karis LeVert on that team as well. Brought in Tristan Thompson, obviously older, great depth. I mean, the Cavs.
Tristan Thompson.
Really good.
woo, you really just.
Yeah, because.
Well, that one out.
Some veteran
I
experience.
really say,
to
I
say the
really look at
least.
the court and
Champion?
think, oh, thank God we have Tristan Thompson. We're fine, guys.
Okay, not many people have said it.
That's who I want on my
We didn't
squad.
even talk about the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic.
Oh,
in our
my
conference.
God.
You can't discount a team that has maybe the 3rd best player in the league, arguably the 2nd best player in the league, and Luka Doncic. You can't just discount these teams.
One player.
Wow.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
You look at these teams, and you just read the list, okay? I'm reading the list. Oh, Celtics, Bucks, yeah, those are good teams. Okay. The Heat, okay, sure. Philly, I have no idea what's going on there. I'm already in the 3rd seed, and I'm already questioning what's going on. I'm at the 4th seed, and I'm like,
If the Dallas Mavericks are the best they have to offer, I think there's some
they're not. They're like the
problems in
7th
West.
best they have to
The
offer.
seventh
that's
best.
what's crazy.
Name 7 teams better than the Mavericks in the West.
Okay, we have the Clippers. We have the
Not
Suns.
better than the Mavericks. Not better than the Mavericks.
The Lakers.
Already
By the way,
not better than
the
Mavericks.
Lakers.
The Lakers, who arguably had the
Not
best,
better than the Mavericks.
All these teams better than Clippers.
Yeah.
They had the best offseason in all of basketball. They added Gabe Vincent, Christian Wood.
Best offseason in all of basketball? Are you kidding?
I wouldn't say the best,
did have a
but
good
I
offseason,
would
I
like
will
to
say.
say, like, almost 2 years ago, I was on this show, and I was saying that the Lakers were on the geriatric train, and they needed to just, like, I don't know, pack it in and start over. I said that.
real thing?
I said that. Yeah, you can look back at the footage. But I do have to say, to Mackenzie's credit, like, they have gone through significant roster changes to add depth, to increase their offensive power, all of the things that we were, like, hating on them for just 2 seasons ago. So,
I mean, this
Sorry,
is
just back
a
into the
team
West.
that had Russell Westbrook and a beat up Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Like,
Now have Gabe Vincent and a beat up D'Angelo Russell.
Good player.
who was one of the best 3-point shooters in the playoffs last season. So when
Close to better than what happened with the Celtics this offseason. I mean,
Right.
you want to argue the
Which
best
was
offseason
huge.
added Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis.
And kept
and
Derek
Matt,
White.
I will point out to you, just last episode, you did say that the Celtics had the best offseason in all of basketball.
Let's rerun that footage too.
Whatever.
That's
Me and Mackenzie are separate people. Okay, fighting for the
This is
same
different.
cause.
Same
I have
team,
differing
same
opinions.
team.
I
Yeah.
have differing opinions.
You gotta take your teams back.
Yeah.
By the way, we just want to, like, you guys are so focused on the top of your conference because after 3, it's just a bunch of wash. Like, we could go back to the Nuggets. Like, they are hands down the best team in basketball still. And to say they're not, is just some East Coast bias from this side of the table.
Think they're gonna repeat.
Yes, I do.
Just
As of now. As of now.
Just, like,
As of
go
now.
through everything.
As of now,
They
you
have
watch
help
this
defense.
team
They
play.
definitely
No one
are
switches like them. No one plays help defense like them. By the way, they lose Bruce Brown, one of their best defenders, one of their best players in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. We'll just have Christian Braun come in and play the same role. They're like they're very.
Christian Braun,
Yeah, he's doing his
absolutely
thing.
not the
He's doing
same
his
player
thing.
as Bruce Brown.
He's got to fill the role. Exactly. They're very much the Patriots of the 2010s, where it's like, guys, leave, doesn't matter. We're still good. We're better than everyone. You watch them play. Jokic is like the ultimate offensive lubricant. He's very Curry-like in that way. He makes everyone around him so much better. So we go to the top of the Western Conference. All right, well, the West is better. Nuggets versus the Bucks and the Celtics. Okay, let's go through 2 through 8. We're at 6, and we're talking about the Orlando Magic versus, I don't know, the Dallas Mavericks, the Phoenix Suns. It's clear that it's the Western Conference.
The West definitely has more depth. Like, we can all say that. We can agree.
You can argue that
Thanks,
there
Faith.
are more good teams in the West,
And I would
but
argue.
the better teams overall come from the East.
There is strong firepower in the East,
Yeah.
and especially with the top.
I just don't think that there's a team
I don't know
in the
if I could
West
say
that will
4. I don't know
match
if I
up.
could say 5, but I could say 3.
At least.
Confidently.
Here come the Brooklyn Nets.
I think that
Ben Simmons
Noah
revenge
should
season?
maybe pack it in for this season.
Ben Simmons has been playing great, actually, but...
Oh, good. We're gonna.
Oh, and
I
not go there.
I can't
No, I'm on your team. I
averaging
can't
over
debate
30
with you
points
on
a
this
game.
one. I can't debate with you.
how this season turns out. I can't wait for spring to come back around. I can't wait to pull up all these little clips and be like, hey guys, remember when you said this?
Sue me.
Matt, remember when you said that the Nuggets are going to repeat? Probably.
Is that so
maybe.
crazy? Is that so
No,
crazy?
no, it's not. But I just
Lock me up
I
and
think
throw away
there'll
the
be
key.
some fun little things. Last lingering thoughts? Anybody? I mean, there's no way we're settling.
Mark the
No,
time
there
slot.
is no.
I didn't even discuss the Thunder. Okay.
Oh.
The Thunder could be the 2 seed.
True.
NBA Golden
How could
Boys
you
every
forget?
single season. We love Josh Giddey.
Chet
blah,
Holmgren,
blah,
7
blah.
blocks. Are you kidding me? This guy's a unicorn.
Right, he's just a bad Victor Wembanyama. Who's
Shai
just a
Gilgeous-Alexander
bad...
could
Who?
be in the running for MVP.
Anybody else? Bad Kristaps Porzingis.
It's unbelievable. I don't even listen to this side of the table. They're
Yeah,
oh my God,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, okay, whatever. We won't listen to it.
I'm pissed. I'm upset.
You know, whatever. Can't all be winners. Can't all be winners. But somebody will, and we'll find out in the spring. And I can't wait to see how this season unfolds. And I'm ready to bring these predictions back around next season. For now, coming up on the box score, we're going to talk back to the gridiron, more football. When we get back after this break, we're going to head to our front office for a little game of deal breakers. We'll be right back.
All right, come back in 10 seconds. Ready, camera 1. Camera 1, get a wide shot of the entire thing, and in 3, 2, 1, take talent cue.
Welcome back to Emerson College. Emerson
Camera
trails
4, get a shot of the players coming across the court.
10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point. As
Camera 2 close on the person shooting.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away and score this big one.
Camera 1, get a close up, follow them over.
Emerson trails WPI 10 points. 10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point as the team finishes their timeout.
Camera 1, close up on number 33.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away.
Follow the ball, follow the ball.
Oh, hey there. I'm Jamie Sanders, host of MTV Games. What am I doing in a ball pit? Hello? Hello? What am I doing in a ball pit? I'm all alone. Please watch the show.
like Beatles in the city. Be back immediately to confiscate the money. Fresh ground. Wow. My will. Sent flowers, but you said you didn't receive. But you said you didn't need them. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me. Young bull living like an old geese. Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Frat girl still trying to get in. Haters mad for whatever reason. Smoke in the air, binge drinking. They lose it when the DJ drops the knee. Getting so gone, I'm not blinking. What in the world was I thinking? New day, new money to be made. There is nothing to explain.
We're back, and we mean business. We're coming at you with live deal breakers. But first, here is your Monday night game update. Monday Night Football, Lions 3, Raiders 0 with 5:44 left in the first quarter. Headed over to the World Series, scoreless still at the top of the third. And in basketball, the Celtics lead 88 with the Wizards 58, and there's 6:54 left in the third quarter. And now, the game you've all actually been waiting for, deal breakers. The NFL trade deadline is fast approaching tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and that means it's crunch time in front offices around the league. Trades can make or break a team, and we're going to see if these experts have what it takes. Matt Doherty, Evan Sharrard, Noah Berkowitz, and Max Lasky will be trying to negotiate trades on behalf of their teams to turn their seasons around. All right, guys, get your GM caps on, and let's get ready to make some deals. First up on the trade block is Max negotiating on behalf of the Las Vegas Raiders and Noah negotiating on behalf of the New York Jets.
The Raiders. Hello, this is the JETS Jets.
Oh, is this my main man, Noah Berkowitz, GM?
Yeah, that is me. So, What's up?
Awesome. All right. So just had Hunter Renfrow in my office. He was a little disgruntled with his, position within the team, and rightfully so. I understand. I mean, the dude's a beast, right? Like first 3 seasons in the league, he had over 50 catches for us. He was amazing. But then we signed Devontae Adams, right?
Yeah.
So he wants out. He wants out, and I understand. So I've given him the opportunity to, seek a trade, and he wants to go to the Jets. So what do you think?
Man, I mean, need another weapon, need another receiver. I'm down. What do you want for him?
I mean, I'm thinking like a second and third rounder, because hear me out. I know what you're thinking. A second and third rounder is insane, but he had a career year in 2021, 103 receptions, 1,000 receiving yards, 9 tutties. Dude, it is a beast. Extremely reliable pass catcher, amazing downfield, even better in the slot. You guys need offensive depth. He would be a wide receiver too on the Jets, no problem. And I think he'd accompany Zach Wilson and Garrett Wilson very well in this offense. I'm helping you. I am helping you.
You're lucky I didn't just hang up the phone. A second and a third rounder? I mean...
Dude, I'll give you a third and a fourth. He wants out.
This is ridiculous. You're telling me he wants out. Why would I give you a third and a fourth rounder? This is awful. Here, how about I make you a counter?
Sure.
What if you take one of our disgruntled players off our hands so I can take a disgruntled player off of your hands? You give us Hunter Renfrow. We give you Carl Lawson. Makes the money work. We don't need him as an edge rusher. We have the best D-line in the league. Need another weapon. It works out both ways.
I'll take him, throw in the third rounder, and we got a deal.
No, we don't.
Give me a fourth rounder. We got a deal.
No.
I need a draft pick.
You get a 7 maybe.
Carl Lawson is old.
He's like 28, 27.
Just okay. Carl Lawson and a fifth, and you got yourself a deal.
Call it a 6.
6 and a 7.
Deal.
Carl Lawson, 6-7.
Deal.
Amazing.
All right, pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you so much. Hunter Renfrow will be pleased to hear this.
All right, pleasure doing business.
Yep. All right. And go Raiders.
JJ.
Wow. Well, it was that easy. Hunter Renfrow to the Jets. All right, let's really hope that we don't get another awesome, unproductive slot receiver for the Jets. Let's just hope. Next up, Matt and Evan, are you guys ready to go head-to-head?
I think so.
Matt will be negotiating on behalf of the Denver Broncos, and Evan will be negotiating on behalf of our very own New England Patriots. All right, gentlemen, get those phones ready. Let's go.
Bill Belichick.
No, it's not Bill. Hi.
Hello?
Hi, yeah, I got
Hi.
Bill's phone.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Is this Evan?
Nope.
No?
This is Matt.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, are you with the Denver Broncos?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah, Bill's in the bathroom right now.
Okay. That's so Bill.
Yeah, he was like, no, we don't want to trade for any receiver.
He's getting old. Okay.
Is
Is that Bill right there?
That was Bill. I was.
All right. I'm a busy man. So why
Okay.
don't you
Okay.
tell
Well,
me what you
Jerry
want?
Jeudy, I know you guys sucked this year. It's great. Jerry Jeudy.
Okay.
We have no talent, offensively speaking. We need someone to add
You guys
some
do
pop into
stink.
this offense.
Yeah.
Well, you guys stink more. You gave
Well,
up 70 points this year. It wasn't great.
I wasn't
Anyway, what do you think for a second-round pick straight up?
No. Are you? What?
All right. What are you thinking?
We need at least a second, and perhaps a third, and perhaps a third,
A second and a third?
and perhaps a fourth.
Can we make that third and fourth next year?
Like as in 2025?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm gonna have a job by then, so
Hold on.
I'm gonna need.
Well,
you,
Bill
you
might
there?
be okay with that when he comes back. Bill's almost
there?
done in the bathroom.
All right. Ooh. Hey, so you say second?
Yeah.
Okay. How about we? What are your thoughts on Russell Wilson? We'd love to get him off our books. That guy is a pain in the butt. And you guys have a lot of cap space. I know you do.
We do.
Everyone knows you do, and you're not using it for anything.
Will you
quarterback
take
problem.
Mac Jones?
This is a guy who has better stats than Patrick Mahomes. There's Jerry Jeudy. Look how good he is, and more valued than just the second-round pick. Look at how good he is. There he is, being good. One of the most dynamic route runners in the history of college football. Maybe
What's
you
he
guys
done
can
in the
maximize
NFL?
him because you guys are so good at developing wide receivers
Aren't we?
over there in New England.
Aren't we?
Yep.
You guys like N'Keal Harry? I think I can call him up. I think he might be a free agent.
That was a you thing. You guys were the only ones who liked N'Keal Harry, which was
Yeah, he was
weird.
really good. We
Yeah,
drafted him first round.
That was strange. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I hate that guy.
All right.
That guy's
Will you
making my
take Mac
life
Jones?
The worst. We'll take Mac Jones.
'Cause he's still got a first-round
Probably just going to
quarterback
cut
contract.
him and throw him to the streets. And we'll give you Jerry
Hold on. Are
Jeudy.
we allowing that?
We're going to. You
Is
there?
Mac-
Hey.
I
You there?
don't think we can negotiate if you're throwing a guy into the street. Are you being serious about that?
No. No, we're all right.
So you're not throwing him into the street. All right,
No.
we'll do that. All
Placing
right,
him.
don't answer that.
How about Jerry Jeudy, Russell Wilson, and you just give me a second.
Okay. All right. Sounds
deal.
good.
Good deal. Bye.
Okay.
How you do? How's the family?
They're actually pretty good.
That's good. I'm pretty lonely myself, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you're making big bucks with the Broncos.
I know, finally. Yeah.
Yeah.
One good thing in my life right now.
Yeah.
And they're terrible. At least we beat the Chiefs this weekend.
That's true.
All right, see you later.
All right, bye-bye.
I gotta go. That guy's.
All right. I hope all the general managers were taking notes. I can finally laugh now. I can finally breathe. That was good. Before we close out our show, we're going to make our predictions for some Week 9 upsets in the NFL. I now have all my friends with me. Come on, act like we're friends. Woohoo. All right, guys, welcome. Who do we have taking the league by surprise with Week 9? Evan, I'm going to let you start.
All right. Yeah, we got it's not an upset anymore, but 2 weeks ago it was. The Bengals are going to be beating the Bills this next week. The Bengals have 3 great receivers. They run a lot of 5 wide. Even though the Bills are one of the better edge rushes this year, I think that their lack of corner depth right now with Tre'Davious White being out, Teron Johnson, maybe can take away Jamar Chase, maybe, if he's lucky. I think Jamar Chase is a better player than Teron Johnson. But then who's taking away the second guy? Who's taking away T. Higgins? Who's taking away the slot guy? I think that even though the pass rush of the Bills can get past a bad offensive line that the Bengals have, I just think that the ball's going to be coming out quick. Joe Burrow looked great last week. They really look like they have their mojo back, and I think that they're just going to take down the Bills pretty easily.
Yeah, I think they could. Noah, how about you?
I've got the Seahawks over the Ravens. I know I shouted out the Maryland fam last episode. Gonna have to tear them down. Stay humble. Listen, the Seahawks 5-2, first in the NFC West. Everyone thought they were gonna take a step back. They haven't. They've taken a step up. They've been great. Geno Smith, great. They're tied for 10th in points per game, 5th in sacks per game, or 5th in sacks total. This is a good team. This is a team that gets a lot of pressure. This is a team who is held back just by offensive line play, but are bailed out by the fact that they have 3 very good receivers. Jackson Smith and Jigba with a great game-winning touchdown last week. I mean, this is a team that, while streaky, delivers points in bunches, just like the Ravens do, matches up with them very well. I think this is a team that could upset the Ravens, could be a contender coming later in the season with that 5-2, about to be 6-2 record.
All right, let's see. Matt?
Oh, me. I'm
You.
up. I'm going to go with the Dolphins on the road versus the Chiefs. I don't know if you guys have been watching any football this year.
Just a little.
But the Chiefs don't really look like the same old Chiefs, okay? I love Patrick Mahomes, I love Travis Kelce, I love Andy Reid, but at the end of the day, you can only do so much when your wide receiver core is that lackluster. Who doesn't have a lackluster wide receiver core is the Miami Dolphins. They're plus 2.5 right now on the road. I don't think the Chiefs secondary, which has been exposed in recent weeks, is going to be able to keep up with the likes of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I mean, look how fast this team is. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Also, Jalen Ramsey's returning. Had a pick last week versus the Patriots. And again, with these lackluster wide receivers, I think Ramsey will feast. I like the Dolphins, especially getting 2.5 points on the road.
All right. Max, close this out. Upset. Let's go.
All right. So, on paper, yes, this is an upset. However, the New York Jets should handedly beat the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday Night Football in Week 9. And why? Well, because they're better on defense. They have a better defense. They have a better head coach.
True.
I don't need to go over Brandon Staley again. Robert Saleh is amazing. I also want to point out the fact that the Jets have won 3 straight games, went head-to-head with the Kansas City Chiefs, put up a really good fight. They beat the Bills, they beat the Eagles, and Zach Wilson is finally showing glimmers of greatness for the New York Jets.
Okay.
Chargers also haven't beaten a team with a winning record, so sorry, Jets got me beat there, and they're going to beat the Chargers.
All right. This is going to be a good, fun weekend in the group chat. I can't wait to bring this all back around.
It'll be great.
All right,
You guys have a group chat?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
I'm not in that.
You said that out loud?
Sorry, guys.
That
Sorry.
was the secret.
That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in live to episode 3 of The Box Score. If you liked what you saw tonight and you want more around-the-clock analysis from our experts, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EIB Box Score. And while you're there, follow me at faith.pinnow. For Matt Doherty, Danielle DuBois, Max Lasky, Noah Berkowitz, Mackenzie Bruno, and Evan Sharrard, I'm Faith Pinnow, and we will see you next time on The Box Score.